Inevitably, the most hardest part of my new journey with my new life moving to California is being distant from my other children. I have two here with me and four that chose to stay behind back in Utah. My younger boys chose to stay with their dad, and then my older ones, they have life and school and college, and so of course they didn't want to come and let that life go. The two older ones, like, I know that they're strong enough and self-sufficient enough, carrying jobs and taking care of themselves the best that they can. I mean, I wish I could do so much more, but I'm just not in the place yet. And but my two younger ones, no matter what, I feel like mommy knows best, or they need their mom. No matter what, like, they need their mom until they're fully grown. Like, listen, forever children need their mom. Forever. I'm a big believer that I want to be available for my children forever. There's no age limit, like, forever. But you can't always have what you want. So now, if I had left my two younger ones with the father that was a working father and a provider, then I would have felt really, a little bit better about everything. But he's not, and he doesn't, and I don't want to get into that subject. I think where my major anxiety happens is if they argue. Like, the boys are teenagers, they're now 15 and 12. Sometimes they argue within each other or cousins or with their dad. And, sometimes you argue with the parent, you want your other parent to pick you up. And I think that's the hardest part, that I'm just not available there for anything to help. If they argue within each other to separate them for a bit until things cool down, I'm not there. If they are having a rough day and feel like, they'll blow me up like, mom. And I'm just like, I don't know what happens to me, but my anxiety will kick in, thinking the worst of the worst, God forbid. And until I can just dive to my phone and answer, it's like one of the hardest parts of this journey is that I'm just not there present, for all of their calls and their needs. And alhamdulillah, it hasn't been to where, God forbid that something tragic or anything like that, because we can't take any more of that. But just even small things, like if they need to vent, I literally make myself available. I don't care what it is. I stop, drop, and roll for them. I don't care if I'm cooking, cleaning, if I'm out, if I'm riding a bike, if I'm doing whatever, I stop, drop, and roll, because those are my babies and they are my first priorities. I can only do so much from a phone, and that just bothers me, but I do what I can. I or room to break. Like, I have no time to have too many negative days or have too many negative points, because that will affect and alter everything around me that I'm trying to do to get back up from ground zero. When you're in the situation I'm in, forget about fight and flight. It's about fight and provide. And if you don't, you drown and you sink, especially when you're in a new state, and especially in an expensive one. California is not no cheap joke. I just can't be moping around sad or in a negative mindset. I have to always have my vibrations high and up. And that is a very hard thing when you're separated from the ones you love the most. And those are my kids, the most in the entire world. No one amounts to how much I love those children. And I've learned that life is unpredictable. At any given time, anything could happen. Clearly, that's how it's been in my family with so many losses. I am just so grateful for my older kids. God bless them. Whenever I really need something that requires a vehicle and they need to go do something or pick up something, they're the two I call on and are instantly available. My little 15-year-old had an incident and I was so far, obviously, and I didn't know what to do. I went into complete panic mode and started blowing up his sister. And God bless her, my little 20-year-old instantly answered. And even though she procrastinated, went to the rescue. And so, that's when I find gratitude. It makes me emotional because I'm just so full of gratitude to the Most High whenever I think oh, that's why God gave me these wonderful older children, because he knew one day mom's going to have to dip and they're going to have to take on a little bit of extra responsibility for their younger siblings while she's out of state, and I find so much gratitude in that. Like, I'm just so grateful to God. I'm in gratitude mode all the time, just so you know. That's like one thing that gets me through life. But I felt an extra amount of gratitude when my daughter went to the rescue and everything was solved and everything was calm within 20 minutes max. 20 minutes. Things that would take, me being so far, couldn't get to the rescue, was done and finished in 20 minutes and handled. So super grateful. Yes, baby. That's my pumpkin right there. Oh, what is it? What is it? I just know that what I'm doing is, for myself, and it will pour on to my children, making a huge change and leaving an environment that was so toxic. And they have been through it all. We've buried their cousin, my nephew, together. We've buried their uncle, my brother, together. We've gone through the ups and downs that were terrible in a very toxic relationship. These kids have gone through that with me. So they know me making this change is for me, but also pours onto them. And I can tell they're happy because when they come and visit, we just have such an amazing time, and the energy shifts and the energy changes. Sorry, I just got a little emotional, but the energy shifts and changes because I really do believe when you change your environment, it is healing. And especially in such a beautiful, beautiful state like California, I'm so grateful to the Most High, alhamdulillah, for the palm trees that surround me. And I know it's winter time, but the ocean being so nearby is just, and every time I step out or have a weekend or I'm at home with my kids, I'm just so happy and full of gratitude. Just gotta keep staying strong, even though that's the only option I have. But it'll all pay off, inshallah. And so, it's just hard because just because someone looks so good or pretty or on the outside doesn't mean they're not going through life's bullshit, So be kinder, be nicer, and if you have your children, be so grateful. Hug them a little tighter, hold them a little closer, because that's such a big blessing. They are such big blessings. They've never been a burden to me. All six, alhamdulillah, are nothing but blessings, and I'm so grateful for them. Every single day, every single moment, I think about them every single day. We text. If it's not one, alhamdulillah, I'm texting another. If not another, I'm texting another. So I'm just so happy that I have that, and FaceTime, and they're coming soon, inshallah, so they'll visit me again, and we'll have more memories to make, and each day and each moment I'm getting healthier, and I know that's the most important thing to them too.
Hi.
Milk, olive oil,
Hi.
peanut butter jelly bread for you. I hope you guys have the most amazing day. My obsession right now with this new MAC lipstick. And the nice thing was that it lasted literally for hours. I drank a coffee, had some lunch, and it still was on my lips. Anyways, I love you guys so much. I'm going to finish getting ready. Got to go get some groceries and a few other things. Hope your guys' day is beautiful. Love you guys. Bye.